Hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. Long time since I've done a Minecraft video. It's just because I I um I didn't find Minecraft very interesting. But I decided to keep on following people like Notch, Jeb, and Dinnerbone on Twitter. And I recently saw that Dinnerbone had posted an image of analog redstone, and I'd had this idea for analog redstone, and I was going to create a mod for it. So I was very, very interested to see what kind of stuff he's doing with it. So I decided to download the latest Snapshot and see what kind of stuff he's implemented so far. And the first thing that I decided to test was, of course, what they're calling the redstone comparator. And so essentially, what I can tell how it works at the moment is that it has two states, this state and that state. This, when it's just down at the moment, will just repeat, will just act like a repeater, but it is slightly different in the fact that, say if I had a signal that was longer here, I'll just use a switch, and then carried it on, you'll see that it hasn't started new. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-ish. Yeah, but the point is that it hasn't, like if it was a repeater, if you look at the color of that there and then repeater, you see that's a lot brighter, and so it goes on longer. The comparator seems to use the signal strength here and pass it on here, so that'll be useful for the analog bit of it. So what I think that Dinnerbone is planning is that this is different analog strengths. I'm not completely sure. I'll have to mess around a bit more and see what other stuff they implement, but I think this is the way it's going to work at the moment. And also the other thing I noticed with the comparator is that if you put it into the up state, then you can like shut it off by turning on one of the sides. So you'll see that torch there. I can turn it on and off using that side, and then if that is on, that won't change it at all. And if that's off, then I can turn it on and off with this switch here. So that's all I found out with the comparator so far. There may be other stuff that I'm missing at the moment. I'll have to do some further investigation to see exactly how it works, and then show you it so that you can understand it. The next two things was two new pressure plates, and these work with items. You'll notice that they're not being activated when I walk on them, unlike this is just the ordinary pressure plate, just activated when I walk on it. You see the gold one is called light and the silver one is called heavy. I'll show you the effect of that in a minute. But if I drop a item onto the light, you'll see that it will turn on. It will send out a pulse. If I come over to the heavy and drop an item on the heavy, you'll also see that it will turn on. But the effect of these is, this one is the light. We'll go for the light first. So if I put on one, then it just activates this one here. I suppose I could have put a light on here. See, it just activates one, so that's activating one light, which is actually activating two lights because you know how this activates that one, but we'll just skip over that bit for a minute. But this only activates one repeater, you see. But then if we put two items on there, no, It's worked before. I swear this is how it works. Yeah, see, if I put a stack on there, then it turns them all on. Or maybe it's not 1 or 2. It's so if, for example, if I did, what am I doing? 32. Yeah, see, that turns on what would be approximately half. I haven't done all of it. So that'll turn on a certain amount. And so this is basically a way you can see how many items are in each stack. The heavy works a lot more simply than the light one works. And the fact that if you put a stack on, like for example, so 1 would do 1, but then you have to go all the way up to a full stack to activate the next one, and then try not to pick up the blocks. Should have probably set up a dispenser or something, but yeah, we should do. Another stack, and it activates 3 repeaters, and if I take them off, then it goes away. But it is a pretty cool effect. Can't think of any great uses in the vanilla Minecraft, but this kind of thing would be useful in Buildcraft and so forth. So then maybe that's what they're planning. The other thing that has come in this snapshot, as far as I'm aware, is this redstone block, which, as far as I can tell, is just a source of redstone power. But the interesting thing about it is that it is movable, so I can move it with a piston. Because like a torch, you can't move a torch with a piston. So this adds a few different capabilities. And there might be something else to it. I don't know. We'll find out soon. Now this is a daylight sensor. So this is basically all the contraptions that people made using villagers and stuff. They've actually just put in a block which will send out a on state when it is daytime, like it is now, and when it is nighttime, it will be an off state. So you see the torch is on at the moment because it is daytime. The other thing I found is this chest. It's called a trapped chest. Essentially, I reckon this is for traps. As when you open it, it will send out a redstone signal. Though I did find it quite interesting that if I don't put a repeater there, it only sends out a like 1 strength redstone. So I don't know whether maybe that's a bug or something. But it doesn't. It requires a repeater to be able to actually send the signal any distance. So maybe that's a bug, or there's some way to make it be a stronger signal. I don't know. Now I'll just quickly go over the other stuff that added in the snapshot that isn't too related with redstone. The item hopper. Now I do reckon this eventually will be used with redstone and probably used with these pressure plates. Excuse me. Use these pressure plates like to dispense a lot of items at once, or split up items, or I don't know. But at the moment I can't seem to get it to do anything, and it is down as a work in progress at the moment. And so we'll have to see what they do with that in terms of how useful it will be. I hope they do add proper capabilities to it so that dispensing items in a big go comes a lot more easier. And also in Buildcraft, which I've only played a little bit of, but they have pipes and you can separate different items up. If they could integrate some sort of that into a hopper or some other block, that I suppose would also be useful. And there's just 2 other things that I found in this snapshot. It's called nether quartz ore, which is a new ore you find in the nether, and also there's a nether brick as well, which is used for crafting the nether brick, I reckon. So you'd like, you can make, actually I'll test this out, I haven't tested this yet. If you take nether rack, where's a crafting table? No, what is it for bricks? It's something like that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a furnace thing. But yeah, that's another item that's been added into the game. But I'm not too interested in that, as you might be able to tell. A lot more interested in this analog redstone. So yeah, I'm going to continue to mess around with it and see what happens. You may not have another video from me for a while because I do have January modules and stuff, which is important. So I'm going to focus mainly on those rather than messing around with redstone. But I thought you guys might be interested to see how some of this stuff works. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye.